Hey guys, Penpills here. I recently just got 2000 LP and this is the game that got me there. Today I'll be looking at some of the decisions I made during this game and generally just doing a VOD review of me, myself, and why I made the decisions I did. I think in this game I made a lot of decisions that other junglers wouldn't necessarily ever make, and that's what really makes you, in my opinion, able to win solo queue a lot, right? If you're just a normal solo queue player, it's kind of hard for you to create a big difference, but since I'm 2000 LP, I feel like I have a good idea of how to actually win solo queue games by making decisions that might not look the best. But anyways, in this game, first thing I see when I load into this game, enemy balling, Veigar Bard, my balling, Tristana Lulu. In theory, absolutely nothing is happening in this balling, because in probability, I think in this lane, balling, Veigar Bard just can't do anything, and Tristana Lulu takes over the lane for the first 4 levels. So that's why I decided to path top lane. If you see mage bot lane, especially combined with a weak support, normally that lane is just dead. There's nothing much that you can do to that lane. Your laners will probably push in and maybe get a bit of advantage, but normally nothing happens. So that's why I decided to path up. Camille into Abessa isn't very volatile, but at the same time, the other option is worse. So that's why I decided to go top. Unfortunately, it looks like my top laner is down, kind of losing the lane. As you can see, he's down 6 CS. But it's fine. I just pulled a full clear off. I think I saw Camille warding earlier here today. So that's why I didn't go directly top. And here's the first decision I made, right? So in this spot, I pan over my camera to mid and saw that GP was 1 HP under tower, right? The reason most junglers, in my opinion, would just go contest top side crab, but if you go contest top side crab, most likely, I think Xin Zhao I saw pathing up, and if you go to top side crab, you'll lose, right? So my first instinct was to go to boss side crab, but then I saw this lane say mid lane. If you ever see a laner with no HP and that is completely under tower, just dive it. It doesn't really even matter what champion you're playing. As long as you can give 2 autos, my mid laner has ignite and basically a free kill. So that's exactly what I decided to do. I see mid lane, you see I'm facing Skullcrab, but I see mid lane being low HP, and I just go for a dive. And turns out, it basically works flawlessly. GP is either forced to just completely give up the wave and base and then lose 200 gold or 150 gold worth of minions and even more in XP. So most mid laners wouldn't do that, so he decides to try and outplay the dive, which he does dodge my snowball, but my Zoe does have ignite, 1 HP. Unfortunately, Xin Zhao shows up, but Zoe lands a nice sleep, and now Xin Zhao is only a camp ahead of me because he did a Skull Crab, but I get bottom Skull Crab, so the game state has basically reset down to even. After the Skull Crab, absolutely nothing is on the map. I base with 1150 gold, which is, if for Nunu, it's Boots, Dark Seal, plus an Amtome, which is 1050. There's not much you can do with the last 100 gold. I should have bought a ward in my opinion, but buying wards this early, I don't really like it. I don't think there's anything I need a ward to. And now here's the second decision I make, right? So initially, I path down to up, right? I started my bot side and I path up. So most of the people, or most laners, or even most of the people playing League of Legends would think, oh, this Nunu has to be a Gromp. But this is just not true, right? I can just look top lane, see that this lane is very gankable, and that my Ambessa needs help. So I just sprinted straight to top lane instead of clearing my bot camps, right? The reason why this is fine is because my Raptors will respawn by the time the top gank finishes anyways, so then I can just reverse my clear to go top down. I'm losing some efficiency on the camps, but this gank is, in my opinion, a very good gank. Angle for me at least. But unfortunately, I think I do mess this gank up. There's no vision because I saw that he had vision already, but Camille dodges the snowball, which is nice, and gets away. I did have flash here, but Camille also does have flash, and I don't think there's a reason to trade flash. But yeah, this is what I mean. This Camille, if I played that a bit better, she would be dead. And now, I get to just farm up down, right? I get to farm my Raptors, Wolves, Grom. I'm really only like 1.5 camps down in tempo. I think at this point you see I'm 2 camps down on my smite, which is completely fine in my opinion. It's fine to make plays like that by giving up like your tempo, because Zinzao will have some free time anyways, and it's not like he's clearing that many camps compared to me. But yeah, let's do a standard clear bot side. My Zoe decides to go for an extreme roam bot lane, and since they're low, we can follow this up. I don't think Zoe really needed to be here, but like the wave is pushing, they're both low. They're just dead. GP doesn't want to move. GP just takes 2 plates mid, and we secure the kill bot lane. Unfortunately, Tristana does die for some weird reason, but I don't know. It just happens. Sometimes people just die for no reason. And since I know that Zinzao is probably doing a double full clear pathing up top, this is a free dragon for me to get. Trading dragon for grubs is still generally better for the dragon user in my opinion, because the dragon early game, or 6 grubs has been nerfed to a point where it's not even that good, but ever since the new season started, you can get the Mountain Soul or the Soul this game before you can get Baron, right? Which is a huge threat early game. Now, I look top lane, I see top lane sort of overextended, so that's why I go for a dive. I think this one works, and Besson lands a nice ult, I get my E off. Camille walks away. He had flash here, but he couldn't pop it because he would have died anyways. But that's why I released my R early, to make sure that she doesn't escape from the flash. I just go about clearing my camps. Notice how, like, even though I've been doing a lot of dives and camps, like, I'm still only 2 camps behind the enemy Zinzao, right? And the enemy Zinzao hasn't done nearly as much things I have done. And now, I just full clear my jungle, go bot side. Everything is going pretty nicely this game for me. We are down in gold somehow. I think it's because we lost some plates mid lane and my top lane isn't really the best. A lot of people on my team were off for this game. I think like 3 people did not play the roles they actually played. But when you're rank 1, that's the kind of games you have to do to get higher LP, right? Zinzao ganks mid, gets a good gank off because Bard Qs, and when Zoe dies, I did have R, but the play is kind of doomed, and I'm just kind of forced to take a recall. 2.2k gold, but I see mid lane might be gankable, but I think this is warded. Yeah, I can see the enemy pins. So if it's warded, I'm just gonna give him a love tap. For some reason, he flashes. I don't know why. I think he thought I had lethal, but he doesn't realize that I have a Dark Seal and an Amtome in my inventory. And yeah, I don't want to base right now because I'm kind of close to getting my first full item, which is Leandri's. I have an Amtome, so it's 2600 gold away. So I just chill and see if I can basically get this Leandri's before I base. Unfortunately, Camille does do a nice roam topside that I wasn't really aware of. Because Camille roamed and since I was with him, I died. But honestly, that just happens because like my top lane is not like, I think my top laner is Masters. Their top laner is like 1100 LP challenger, and my top laner doesn't play top lane, so it's like expected. We lose the 3rd dragon, or 6 grubs, which is unfortunate. They fight here. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get anything, and I'm trying to see if I can clean up any plays, but unfortunately I can't. But hey, the game state now is looking kind of bad. I'm at 0 Dark Seal stacks. The enemy is 2k gold ahead. We really don't have much going for us, but in the end, I still think this is fine. I tried to die mid, but it looks like there's another vision, so I just take the camps. And I'm really wanting to get, like, dragon this game, right? Because 2 dragons would make this game a lot more playable. But it is a bit hard when they're, like, that much in the lead. But if I gank the lanes beforehand, then I think the fights will be fine. Looks like they try to contest this dragon. But this is a bit of a weak contest because my bot lane is pushing, so their bot lane doesn't really want to move. And Zoe gets a good chunk off beforehand. Gameplay barrels me. Tristana for some reason is over here, and once I saw Tristana jump over here, that's why I knew. Yeah, there's nothing to do but get the dragon. I just get the dragon, go out. But I still think they try to contest this. Luckily for me, I hit the Q smite. Zinzao dies trying to get the dragon, and unfortunately, I cannot escape Camille. But overall, like, sacrificing my life for a dragon is fine. I think our team gets wiped here, which is unfortunate. But like, it's not a good trade, but it's not like a bad trade either. Because getting the first 2 dragons puts a huge pressure on the enemy team to like get the third dragon. Because if they give up the third dragon, then like every dragon they fight as soul is like really tilting for them, right? I don't think soul is actually that important in this game. I think most people in solo queue would just like over focus on getting like soul point, but like in reality it's not actually that good. But like since everybody's focused on getting soul point, like if they lose soul, they'll just become tilted and lose the game. Not because the soul is actually good, but because like their mental can't handle it, right? So getting the soul is more about mental damage than actually like getting a huge stat buff. I mean, don't get me wrong, the stat buffs are good. Cloud Soul is still like 15%, 10% movement speed or something like that, something dumb. But it definitely is worth it. Xin Zhao goes for a gank top play. I managed to match it, but Xin Zhao has a good R to knock me back. I channeled my R, unfortunately Xin Zhao's R blocks the R damage, and we're kind of like in a stalemate here, not much to do. I'm kind of just waiting for my Zoe to come, see what happens, but Xin Zhao does go in somehow. And because Xin Zhao goes in, he dies for it. I'm being the greedy bastard I am. I do take the kill with a smite, but I feel like this game is kind of justified with how lower elo my teammates are from me, right? I'm pretty sure I had more LP than the rest of my team combined this game. Which does happen, but it's just kind of unfortunate. We try to take top tower, but it looks like their mid laner responded to it, so I'm just chilling, taking camps. Notice how I actually finished my jungle item faster than the enemy Xin Zhao, which is kind of amazing. And we get mid tower as well. I think I saw their bot lane coming back up, but luckily I managed to land a snowball. Veigar wastes his E, and now we're just on Veigar. He flashes after he gets hit by the sleep, and now one shot, 667 gold over to me. That's a huge spike for me, and I'm scaling up very, very well. I think this is like still not the best situation. We're down 3.4k gold, but we do have 2 dragons. They have 6 grubs. It's not the worst situation to be in, but it's definitely not somewhere you want to be in. Not a situation you actually want to be in. So I take the grubs, yada yada yada. It looks like Xin Zhao went in for a fight. I don't really like this fight, so I'm trying to get them to back off because I don't think there's anything that we're actually fighting for. But Lulu overextends a bit, so I have to go help her escape. I try to give her the movement speed buff, but it's fine. And then if they go in anymore, I'll snowball. And Vessel lands a good R onto Bard. Bard gets one shot. Camille tries to dive into 4 people in the back line, so that's why she dies. Lulu dies, but it's whatever. And at this point, I really want my teammates to back off here. Like, there is literally nothing we're fighting for, and these fights look bad. But they still want to stay, so I have to indulge them in their fights. I bait out the Veigar cage, so Veigar can't have a good cage. And yeah, I'm still looking to get out. Zoe does get a bit hit by Xin Zhao, but Xin Zhao sacrifices his life for it. Ambessa does go in, and I realize I have 10 Dark Seal stacks. I do not want to die for this Ambessa, because even if I was there, nothing about the fight will actually like fundamentally change at all. So afterwards, Camille TP's top lane. Here's another interesting decision, right? Cause dragon spawning like in 10 seconds, and normally most junglers would just path the dragon. But the thing that like a lot of people don't realize is this tower is worth so much gold and EXP for the opponent, right? I could go to third dragon and I could potentially fight it, but if I do that, I'm basically, it's not like 100% guaranteed to get the dragon, and even if I give up the dragon, it's not that important for them to get the dragon, right? If they get the dragon, it denies us from getting the dragon, but doesn't actually make them any more powerful. If Camille gets this tower, she gets like 700 gold or something, and then she will instantly like spike up in power, right? If we look at the amount of gold, like she's already 800 gold up. If she gets the tower, she basically doubles the lead over the enemy team. So that's why I come to deny the tower. Yeah, drag the minions out. Camille tries to kill me. But luckily, our team is collapsing onto this Camille. And I think this Camille dies because she overextended for a tower. Thanks for the Lulu redemption, I don't die. And now I'm getting a bit greedy. I want to see if I can still go to dragon, because my team got the kill. And I just need to heal up a bit before going to dragon, but I think they got the dragon in time. This actually wasn't close. I think I could have stolen this dragon, right? 1275. They smite at 46. My snowball just barely missed. It happens. I was like, this is the reason why seconds are so important in League of Legends. So I was on this play 1 second faster, I probably would have gone this dragon. But anyways, they do get the dragon. I have to flash because Bard R'd me, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And now, game state getting a bit better. We're now 2 dragons to 1, but I still have to farm my cabs. Also, this is the point where I bought Mejai's before the Camille kill. This Mejai's item is like the best item if you actually want to like not lose the game, right? If you have Mejai's, basically your team won't lose until you die. So if you ever find yourself with 10 Dark Seal stacks, 1150 gold, and like Mejai's, and your flash up, then you can probably buy Mejai's because it's such a good item. Like the 10% movement speed is what, in my opinion, single-handedly won me the game. Afterwards, not much to do. I hit my camps, no objective on the map that I'm playing for. Camille is bot side, but I don't think I can respond to it. I'm looking to see if I can get top tower because it looks like Tristana wants top tower. But I think I can base here for Frozen Heart. Great item. It's very underbought in my opinion. And then I come out, see if I can help my bot lane play the game. Unfortunately, Abessa does miss R on the Camille, but luckily Zoe got the kill on the backside. So this is still good. And now it looks like they're on Ruinous Otacon, but however, they didn't fully commit to it. And since they're 4v5, I walk around them, I channel R, GP dies. Now we just get Otacon, right? We're still not ahead in gold, but since I have a 24 Mejai stacks, like we're basically ahead in gold. 24 Mejai is like, how much ability power it is? This is like 140 AP and 100 health and 10% movement speed on item, which for like 1500 gold, which is just like completely broken. If you want to actually buy this item, it would probably cost you like as much as the Rabadons at this point in the game, which is why Mejai's is like really good as an item if you can get 10 Dark Seal stacks. Anyways, I go back, try to clear out some vision. I'm looking to like basically snowball through their jungle to try and catch someone out. A GP lands a good barrel on me. I think most of my teammates are bot side, so I don't want to fight this. Xin Zhao goes in, but luckily I managed to proc Phase Rush and I could just run out. And now I'm trying to stall time before my teammates come back, before we can go, but unluckily they weren't here in time. But since I baited out so many ultimates, that was a good bar pour for them. I think somebody dies here, I don't remember correctly. Oh yeah, Zoe just smurfs on the Veigar, which is fine. Wow, we're taking bot tower. We're still behind in gold, but this game, very good game state. Next dragon is spawning soon, so that's where I'm likely headed to right out of base as soon as I respawn in 6 seconds. Yep, setting up the dragon. Something happens bot lane, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, so it's whatever. Alright. Also, Ryan, please fix your game, man. I remember I was like, what? I was not paying attention to my snowball, and then look at this. I just take a 180-degree U-turn. Like, what is this, man? Anyways, aside from that silly shenanigans, take blue buff before going to dragon. This is third dragon. This is pretty free. I think we have so much control over the map. But Zoe isn't here, so I try to basically pressure on Bard for a second. Xin Zhao was in the bush, but at this point in the game, Xin Zhao can't really kill me. And I'm just waiting for my team, stalling out some time for my Zoe to come before I fully commit. It looks like Veigar caged me in, but I think they don't really have the damage to kill me. They're using like a lot of ultimates on me, right? They use Spyro, Xin Zhao ult, and like Veigar, so their ability to fight is much worse after they use all their ultimates. So because they burned all of their ultimates on me, and I basically managed to heal back to full health, this fight is completely won. We don't need to chase this. We just need to go get the dragon, get third dragon. This sets up for soul point. Camille jumps in, trying to 1v9, desperation play, but dies. But it happens. And still at this point in the game, we are not in a gold lead, but I am 24 Mejai stacks, and I am feeling like the game can be like completely decided by me. And me myself. For the third item, I go into Jack Show. They have like 2 AP champions, but I'm honestly more concerned about their Camille, their Xin Zhao, and their GP doing damage for me. So I decided to go like a hybrid item. And basically at this point we're just setting him for Baron, right? The one objective on the map is Baron, and best is split pushing balling with TP. We just have to control the vision of this pit to make it so that they don't know if we're hitting Baron or not. and that basically forces him to kind of like walk into the Baron pit with us, because they really want to check if we're doing Baron or not, because we could be sneaking and they wouldn't know. So I'm just looking for some picks mid lane, don't find any. Oh, they blue warded this, and I think one thing I did, I pretended like I started Baron, right? I hit the blue ward, I know they see me, I think they see me, or hold on. Did they see me, or am I completely delusional? Am I delusional? Where did the blue ward go? Is this a replay bug? But anyways, like, I think they saw me on the blue ward after I kill it, but maybe I am delusional, but like, I hit the blue ward. Oh, maybe it's just the wrong time. I hit the blue ward, I go up to Dragon to basically like fake out. I guess they couldn't see too much of it, but they're now very concerned that I'm on Dragon, so now I get to try snowball mid. And yeah, it looks like they're trying to check mid lane. Zinzao presses R, I use Phase Rush, Broken Rune. Now Zinzao has no R in the fight, and he's like 50% HP, so the fight is fine. Unfortunately, their Camille is here, so we can't like full on engage. Iveza does have DP, but we managed to like poke them out quite a bit. And as long as they can't get mid T2 is fine. I heal off with Baron one more time, and then I go for my signature snowball. I don't land on anybody. I actually landed on Veigar, but yeah. Veigar Page got Zoe bubbled, and at this point it's just GG. 3 people are dead. Only people alive are Camille and Bard. As long as the wave gets in, 35-second death timers, the game is GG. But yeah, anyways. I think that's it for me today. Follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming soon again, Copium. Subscribe if you haven't. And I think for this season, I'm going to try and get more LP, but I don't really know what the limit is. I'm not even max LP. I'm not even rank 1 right now. C9 Loki is, but hopefully I can overtake it soon. Or he just loses a few games. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace.